Because, oh, not the scale turning off. Did it die? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hay que tener paciencia para hacer cosas, bro, because I swear to God. Buenas. Welcome back to another YouTube video. I know it's been a while. I'm sorry. Don't hate me, but life's been happening. I had some career changes, grad school got a little crazy, but I'm back. I'm here. Don't worry. Today I'm gonna be doing some meal prepping, and then I want to film a weekly workout split tomorrow, and I'm sticking to this. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up early and make it to the gym before work. Done it before. Like, I don't understand why I feel like this is so hard for me, because I've done this like consistently before, but for some reason it's been so much harder and I don't want it to be. So, you know, I just gotta bite the bullet and do it. Like, it's okay. I bought some stuff from Trader Joe's that I'm really excited to eat throughout the week, so I'm going to be prepping that. I think I'm just gonna make my lunches for now, and then make my dinner tomorrow, just because I don't feel like doing too much right now, just because I'm also doing I'm in the middle of my Sunday reset, so yeah. But anyways, without further ado, let's get started with the meal prep portion of this video. Okay, so let me show you what I got. I want to make for my lunches some quinoa. I used to eat this a lot when I lived in Buffalo, and I was really consistent with the gym and my nutrition. And I'm going to be pairing it with some chicken asada. There's a whole thing from Trader Joe's. I've bought like things like this. Like, I've tried their birria taco beef and a bunch of other stuff, because Trader Joe's doesn't really miss. Like, everything I've pretty much bought has been really good. So I'm going to be doing that as my protein for the week. This is what it looks like. It shouldn't be too difficult. I'm just going to throw this in a pan, divide it. It says that it serves 2 people and it has 2 servings, but I feel like I could finesse this and make it into 3. So yeah. I live in a basement apartment, so I don't have a full kitchen. So here I have my handy dandy hot plate thing, whatever, that, you know what, it does what it needs to do for what I need it for. But I mean, I still have access to my family's kitchen upstairs, but I'd rather just do everything down here. Anyways, I got my pan. I'm gonna throw the chicken and the peppers in there, and then I'm gonna throw the quinoa in my rice cooker. I'm also gonna show kind of like how I measure out my serving sizes using a scale. Let me grab that right now before I forget. So this says, you don't have to use a scale if you don't want to. It's just a little bit more accurate when it comes to like actually calculating your macros in the way that you want. So for the quinoa, each serving size is a 1/4 cup, which is 42 grams. So when you're measuring it out, you just measure 42 grams for each serving. So I'm making 3 servings of chicken, and so I'm gonna need 3 servings of the quinoa to go with each of my bowls. Basically, this is the setup with the scale. So this also comes with like a Bluetooth app thing, but it's not really necessary for me personally. I just either write things down or whatever. So anyways, you're gonna use your container of choice. Make sure that you turn on the scale after you place a container, so that, hold on a second, because it's at the wrong setting. So this one in particular, I could change it to pounds per ounces or whatever, fluid ounces, milliliters, and grams. So I'm going to be using grams because that's what the serving size is showing here. Anyways, each serving of the quinoa is 42 grams. So we're going to do 42 times 3, which is 126. So we're going to measure out 126 grams of the quinoa on this scale. Okay, what is that? 77, 26. There we go. Perfect serving of 126 grams of quinoa. To add some extra protein to my meal, I like to cook my rice or my quinoa with with chicken broth. So we're gonna add that right now. So I like to add equal parts chicken broth to water. I'm gonna do half a cup of the chicken broth, and then half a cup of water. And these are the macros for the chicken broth. So I'm doing half a cup, which is 240 milliliters. I don't know if the milliliter measurement on this thing is very accurate, but I'm just gonna go by the serving size using the cups. So instead of 10 calories, it's gonna be 5 calories for this. Now I'm going to add my water very carefully, not to spill it everywhere, and boom, yeah, that should be good. Next, I like to add like a little bit of oil just so like things don't stick. I personally use avocado oil because it's better for you. I just use the cap to measure it out. Not really sure what the measurement is on that, but I just do a little bit of that. All right, y'all, so now I have my quinoa cooking in the rice cooker. It's gonna take some time, but like honestly, what I love about a rice cooker is that you can walk away and then your food is gonna be perfectly cooked because it stops after a certain time. It just goes into like the warm level of the cooking setting, whatever, so it's not gonna like burn it. But yeah, now it's time to make the chicken. Okay, so this is pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to warm up my pan and I'm going to oil it up using an avocado oil spray. Again, I like to use avocado oil just because it's a little bit better for you. And yeah, I'm sorry, I have a lot of stuff from Good and Gather, which is from that red store that we're supposed to be boycotting. I just have stuff that's been left over pre-boycott, so again, I'm trying to use it up. And find alternatives at my local supermarket. Oh, now to calculate the servings for this whole thing. So a serving of this is 213 grams and the container has 2 servings. So the serving size in total of this whole thing is, let's go do some math. Hold on, where's my phone? Is going to be 426. And now what we're going to do is divide that by 3. And that's how many grams each thing should be, or that's how many servings it is, to basically calculate like the calories and any other macros. So that's basically what you do if you're not going by the exact serving size of what you're cooking, basically. Also, the chicken is fully cooked. So we're just basically like warming it up in a pan. At least it should, yeah, it has char marks. So you don't gotta worry about like, you know, salmonella, cleaning chicken, all of this. Like, listen, one thing about me, I'm gonna take the easy way out when it comes to meal prepping because ain't nobody got time for that. And also, I hate raw meat. Like, so yeah, it's like basically 2 big old chicken breasts. Ooh. Oh! Sorry about that. So yeah, this just brings like 2 big chicken breasts. And again, that's huge. For 1 serving, I don't know. That's just me. That's a big chunk of chicken. I'm gonna chop this up too, like the chicken, just to make consistent sizes. So I could split this into 3 servings. Okay, so my quinoa is pretty much done. And so is my chicken. So I flipped it and then I just turned off the heat because I don't want it to overcook too much. And I'm just gonna let it cool down for a little bit so I can chop it up and then put it in my little individual bowls. Okay, so my quinoa's done. So I'm gonna start serving that up. So I'm gonna just use a 1/4 cup measuring cup to serve everything, just so I know I'm like putting equal amounts in each bowl. Again, this was all pre-measured for the prepping portion of this. Now I'm just making sure that it's like an equal amount in each bowl. So pretty much be like, from what it's looking like, 2/4 cups per bowl. And I know it's like, oh, what's the difference between doing it cooked, like measuring out the, like weighing the food while it's cooked or while it's dry? I feel like when it's cooked, it's a little bit more, like it's a little heavier. For example, at least like with quinoa, because you're adding water and the quinoa is absorbing all the water. So a lot of like that mass is from the water. that was added. Okay, so now that my quinoa bowls are prepped, I'm gonna start adding the chicken. And look, this didn't even create that many dirty dishes, and that's what I love about this meal. Anyways, let me go grab my tongs, and I'm just going to chop it up into little pieces. All right, y'all, so this is like pretty much all the chicken, and I'm just gonna add again equal pieces to each bowl. So I got one. This is gonna be, I'm gonna be here a while, but like I promise you this is what makes sense in my brain. But yeah, these are my 3 lunch bowls. We got some quinoa, some yummy chicken, and some peppers and like onions and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to eat this for my lunches this week. But yeah, now on to tomorrow's workout. Alright y'all, now for the last meal that we're going to prep, we are making some Cajun style chicken fettuccine alfredo. Again, from Trader Joe's. We're gonna try this out. I've never had this before, but it looks like it's gonna be good. So yeah, let's see if there's any. It's saying that you can make it in the oven or microwave it, but we're gonna do it in a pan just like we did the last meal. And the serving size is 1 cup. It brings 2 servings for a container, and per container is 830 calories, but for 1 serving, which is 1 cup, is 420 calories. I'm not gonna measure today because it is what it is with this, but yeah, this is what we're going to be making now. All right, so I just put the pasta in there. As you can see, is literally just 2 servings, and I'm gonna put the lid on. I'm gonna let that warm up, and then I'm going to add some extra like seasoning to it to make it really good. I think this is just about done. I'm gonna serve myself a serving right now for dinner, and then have the rest tomorrow. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. This is pretty much it for these 2 dinners, and then I'm gonna figure out what else to do for the rest of my dinners. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Be sure to drop any other things that you want to see in the comments down below, and yeah, tune in to the next one.